All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful framework for understanding ourselves. It's a process that, honestly, promises to help us find a sense of inner harmony and, some real clarity. Have you ever had that feeling? Where one part of you wants to be super patient with your family, but another part just snaps? Or maybe you tell yourself, I'm going to save money, but then you find yourself clicking buy now on something you totally don't need? Yeah, that internal tug of war is something we all go through, and it's right at the heart of our search for happiness. So, that feeling, it's not random at all. The material we're looking at explains it as a constant conversation happening inside our own heads. So, the very first step to solving this conflict is to actually understand what that conversation is all about. Let's break it down. Okay, so this inner dialogue, it really has two distinct sides. On one hand, you've got what I am. This is your reality right now, your habits, your assumptions, the day-to-day stuff. But then on the other side, you have what I really want to be. And this is so much deeper. It's your core intention, what just feels right to you, deep down, no matter what's going on around you. Now, what's really amazing here is just how simple the formula is. When who you are lines up with who you really want to be, you get harmony. And that, right there, is happiness. Think about that genuine joy you feel when you help someone without expecting anything back. That's harmony. But when they clash, like when you say something you instantly regret, that's a contradiction. And that's what leads to unhappiness. Simple as that. And this brings us right to the main idea, the solution we're exploring today, self-exploration. It's not passive, it's an active, conscious process. It's about engaging in that inner dialogue on purpose, with the goal of closing that gap between your current self and your true self, to find that real, lasting inner peace. So, how in the world do we actually do this? How do we connect with what we really want to be? Well, it turns out we all come with a built-in tool for this exact job. You can think of it like your own personal, totally reliable inner compass. And this compass has a name, natural acceptance. It's that built-in part of you that just knows what's right and valuable. This isn't something you learn from your parents or from a book. It's an essential part of who you are. It's like a quiet voice inside that's separate from all the external noise and opinions. And this is what makes that inner compass so reliable. I mean, look at this. It doesn't change with your mood or what's popular this week. It's universal. That deep down desire for trust in a relationship, that's the same for me, for you, for everyone. It's innate. And, this is crucial, it's uncorrupted. It isn't swayed by our likes, dislikes, or what we think we believe. It's a true north we can always, always turn to. Okay, this is where it gets super practical. How do we actually use this compass in our everyday lives? Well, we've got a simple but really powerful two-step method to test basically any idea, desire, or action that comes up. The process is really direct. It's got two parts. First, you take whatever it is, a thought, a plan, anything, and you just check it against your natural acceptance. You simply ask yourself, does this feel right deep down? Then, part two, you validate it with your own experience. You actually try living that way and just watch what happens. Here's a perfect example for that first step. Just ask yourself this question. In any relationship, what's naturally acceptable? Respect or disrespect? The answer comes instantly, right? It's so clear. That's your natural acceptance speaking. It's not some complicated mental math. It's a direct, intuitive knowing. And now for step two, the experience part. We've got this awesome checklist. So let's say you choose to live based on respect. What's the result? Does it lead to mutual happiness with the people around you? And on a bigger scale, does the way you live contribute to prosperity for everyone, for nature? When the answer is a big yes to both, you've just proven to yourself that respect is the way to go. So what happens when you start doing this consistently? When you apply this two-step process to your thoughts and your actions over and over, well, you start to build this incredibly clear and stable understanding of yourself and the world. The ultimate goal here, the big prize, is something called right understanding. Now, this isn't just an opinion you borrowed from someone else. It's a deep, clear, and genuinely satisfying awareness of how things really are, because you verified it for yourself, using your own compass and your own experience. It's a state of total inner certainty. And how do you know you've actually reached this right understanding? Well, it has to pass three key tests. First, it's assuring. You feel confident, the doubt just molts away. Second, it's satisfying. It genuinely answers your questions and feels complete. And third, it's universal. It holds true for anyone, anywhere, at any time. So when you boil it all down, it comes back to this simple, powerful truth. The whole point of this self-exploration, this whole journey, is to create that harmony inside yourself, because that harmony is the direct and sustainable source of our happiness. Okay, so we've covered the framework, we've talked about the inner compass, and we know the goal. Now comes the most important part, actually turning all this insight into action in your own life. And this journey, it leads to some pretty amazing changes. You actually start to know yourself and see how you fit into the grand scheme of things. You start living with this deep sense of harmony, and you naturally evolve into this self-reliant, truly self-confident person who doesn't need other people's approval to feel good. So I'll leave you with this final question to think about. What is one thing in your life right now, maybe a belief you have, a habit, a desire? What's one proposal that you can run through that two-step verification process starting today? The whole journey inward, it really just begins with one single honest question.